iba't ibang method for valuing a stock. So what I'll be sharing are the different valuation methods that I learned sa Value Investing College that I attended 5 years ago. The first method is asset play. Asset play runs business based on valuable assets such as properties, commodities, banks, REITs, etc. So ito yung pinaka-conservative na valuation method. Sa asset play, you will buy good business below their net asset value. Ang net asset value is also known as book value or equity. You will buy when stock price is lower than the book value per share. Gagamitin natin ang Aboitiz Power as an example. So, stock code is AP. Pasado na ang AP sa stock assessment ko and meron na rin akong AP sa aking dividend stock portfolio. Current stock price of AP as of the making of this video is 35 pesos. Book value per share is 23.12. You can get the book value per share data from MSN Money. Pag asset play ang valuation method na gagamitin, ang entry price should be 23.12 and below. Super conservative ang valuation method na ito. So mukhang pang market crash ang method na ito. The second valuation method is dividend play. Less conservative ang dividend play versus asset play. Sa dividend play, you will buy good business that gives out consistent dividends at a good rate of return. Sa desired dividend yield, 5% ang ginagamit ko. So you can increase this value up to 7% if you want to be more conservative. So depende kasi ito kung gaano ka ka-conservative. Pero for me, okay na ako sa 5%. Formula for entry price is expected dividend divided by 5%. Ito yung mga conditions. So for expected dividend, if past dividends are consistent, use the latest na dividend. However, if latest dividend is much higher than previous years, use the number from the previous year. Ito yung dividend data ng AP. So, kinuha ko ito sa investing.com. And yung latest dividend dito is much higher than the previous years. So, dito gagamitin natin ang 1.45 to be more conservative. Okay, so na-compute natin yung entry price. So, AP expected dividend, we will use 1.45. And then, pag i-divide siya sa 5%, ang entry price for AP using dividend play is 29 pesos. Ang third valuation method is growth. Less conservative ang growth versus asset and dividend plays. Kasi sa growth stock, you expect the company to grow at a much faster rate than dividend or asset stocks. That's why you are willing to pay more pagdating sa mga growth stocks. Dito sa growth, you will buy business that can grow and buy them cheaper than their growth rate. So to understand how to value growth stocks, we need two key information, yung PE ratio and growth rate. So ginagamit ito for stable companies. Yung PE growth rate method is popularized by Peter Lynch. What Lynch did was to compare yung growth rate of the business and the PE ratio. Target for growth, buy when PE is lower than the growth rate. So we need the following information, PE ratio and EPS growth rate. Makukuha natin ang data ito from MSN Money website. So PE ratio is 7.26. And then sa EPS growth rate naman, you need to calculate the average EPS growth rate for the past 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. However, sa MSN Money, we can only get data up to 8 years. Ideally, 10 years. Kaya lang hanggang 8 years lang ang makukuha nating data. Meron ng data ang MSN Money for past 3 years. So, ang kailangan na lang natin i-compute is yung past 5 years and past 8 years. Ang gagamitin ko is yung lowest growth rate to be more conservative, 10.32%. AP's PE ratio is less than EPS growth rate, so AP is undervalued. And then, merong simple formula to calculate the intrinsic value. So, imumultiply lang yung PE times the growth rate. However, this formula is only for growth stocks. AP is not a growth stock. Pwede ang AP sa asset play or dividend play. Ito ang ginagamit ng karamihan ng mga investors to calculate the intrinsic value of a stock kasi mas madaling gamitin ang method na ito compared to other absolute valuation methods. For the intrinsic value calculation, we need the following key information. Yung growth rate needs to be calculated. Sa growth rate na gagamitin sa pag-calculate ng intrinsic value, first priority ang equity growth rate. Okay, so for our calculation, we will use equity growth rate, which is the same as book value growth rate. This formula represents a way to estimate the future value of a stock based on its earnings, expected growth rate, and PE ratio over a certain period. First, we will calculate the future intrinsic value by using this formula. Yung 1 plus growth raised to the power of 8 represents the expected growth rate of the company over the next 8 years. Ideally, 10 years sana, but we can only get data up to 8 years sa MSN Money. And then, pag nakuha mo na yung future intrinsic value, next naman is ika-calculate mo yung present intrinsic value. Formula is future value divided by 1.08 raised to the power of 8. The number 1.08 is used to account for the time value of money. So that's assuming an 8% annual discount rate. Here's the intrinsic value calculator. So this is based on price to earnings and equity growth. So mag-input ka lang ng data dito sa yellow cells. And then dito makukuha ito sa MSN Money. And then dito sa growth rate, kailangan itong i-calculate. And sa growth rate, ang ginagamit ay equity or book value per share. And then, ito naman yung calculation. Okay, so ang i-calculate is yung future intrinsic value. Yung future intrinsic value is the value of the stock in the next 8 to 10 years. And then, from the future intrinsic value, so i-calculate mo na yung present intrinsic value. Ito yung worth ng stock or asset sa ngayon. Para makuha yung entry price, kailangan mo maglagay ng margin of safety. Sa akin 30%, I'm okay na. Kailangan ng margin of safety kasi buffer siya or safety net to account for uncertainties, risk, or unexpected events. Para makuha itong EPS, so punta tayo dito sa MSN Money. Search natin yung AP, avoid this power. Ayan. So, ito yung EPS niya. So, ito yung gagamitin, yung trailing 12 months na EPS. Okay, so ito 4.81. And then, yung sa PE ratio naman, kailangan mong pumunta sa financials na tab. And then, key ratios. Annual. Okay, dito sa valuation na part, okay, so ito yung PE, price to earning. Makukuha yung data dito sa chart. 9.1 yung pinakamababa and 15.53 yung pinakamataas. Okay, so 9.1 and 15.53. Okay, so dito sa growth rate, so ito kailangan siyang i-compute. Okay, so dito pa rin, key ratios na tab. And then dito sa per share values. So nandito yung mga values niya. Kinopya ko lang yung data from 2015 hanggang 2022. And then, ika-calculate yung past 3 years, past 5 years, and past 8 years. Sa mga value investors or conservative investors, ang rule of thumb is gagamitin yung pinakamababang growth rate. Para ma-compute ang annualized growth rate, ginagamit ko ito calculator.net para mas madali. So, yung 8 years, so 13.26 to 22.98. 13.26, 22.98, and then use length, 8 years, and then calculate. Okay, so ito yung annualized growth rate, 7.12. So based on my judgment, 7.12% na annualized growth rate is reasonable. So ito yung ginamit ko dito sa formula. Okay, 7.12. Ang future intrinsic value is 102.69 at 7.12% na growth rate. At ang present intrinsic value is 55.48. And then yung sa entry price is 38.34. So ito na yung nakuha kong entry price or buy below price ng AP. So depende kung anong valuation method ang gagamitin. Ginagamit ko is yung absolute valuation and then kino-combine ko with dividend kasi yung asset play masyadong conservative. Okay, and then yung sa fair value ng call naman, ginagamit ko to as reference.